With the re-election of Donald Trump, it really seems like common sense will prevail, that the adults are back in charge, and all these crazy policies that the Biden-Harris administration hoisted on the American people will now be undone. And hopefully we'll get a little bit of safety and security and sanity back in our nation. And the one that's going to kick all of this off is Donald Trump's selection for border czar, Tom Homan. So before we get to the clips, please like and comment on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
New cabinet is starting to take shape because overnight, while you were sleeping, he tapped Tom Homan to be his border czar.
Trump saying, quote, "There is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders." Likewise, Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin.
He worked with the president to come up with this job description, so let's hear from him. In his first interview after the major announcement, incoming border czar, Tom Homan. Tom, congratulations to you. It's bad for us. We lose you as a contributor. What went into the decision and the position?
Well, look, I've been on this network 4 years complaining about what this administration did to this border. I've been yelling and screaming about it, telling them what they need to do to fix it. So when the president asked me, would you come back and fix it? Of course I have to. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. So, look, I'm honored the president asked me to come back and help solve this national security crisis. So I'm looking forward to it. And look, I love Fox. I love the family there. But I think that the calling is clear. I got to go back and help because every morning I get up, every morning I'm pissed off about what this administration did to the most secure border in my lifetime. So I'm going to go back and do what I can to fix it.
I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. And I got another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
Organizing is about tipping people off if you start to see that ICE and CBP are in communities to try to keep people safe. I'm here because Senator Sanders has actually committed to breaking up ICE and CBP.
She needs to realize 9 out of 10 of everybody ICE arrested last year was a convicted criminal or pending criminal charges. Let me talk about a few. Last year, 137,000 criminals, 2,000 were murders, 12,000 sex offenses, 45,000 assaults, 62,000 drug offenses, 10,000 weapons offenses. And she wants the community to tip these people off. The ICE is in their neighborhood operating. ICE's job is already extremely dangerous. Now she's making it more dangerous.
It says the official recommendation. There were 3 different options presented. The third included the option for family separation. This initiative would pursue prosecution of all amenable adults, including those presenting with a family unit. Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo.
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation.
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
I love how simple, how cut and dry he makes everything, all right? So Tom Homan, of course, was the former director of immigration under Donald Trump, and now he's tapped to be the border czar. And yes, the level-headedness, the coldness of this man saying, you know what, we do have legal status for seeking asylum in this country, but you have to do it the right way. Otherwise, you are an illegal, right? We have a system set up with laws and rules to follow, and if we don't follow those, it's a total breakdown, as we've seen under the Biden-Harris administration. So it's wonderful to see someone come out and say, yes, it's been driving me crazy the last several years looking at this whole scenario, and now we're going to fix it. So thank you, Donald Trump, right? This first pick, this first announcement coming out, and I can't wait for him to get started in about 3 months, right? It's going to be very exciting because, of course, what we're seeing now is a return to normalcy. Remember when the left was claiming that Donald Trump was the crazy one, that everything he did was abnormal? And here we are just a few short years later, and everyone sees the actual truth, which is why Donald Trump won in a landslide. However, don't tell that to the people over at CNN, because they're still stuck in the crazy leftist woke past.
Closing message.
I would disagree a little bit with that.
I'm not so sure personally.
I think there are a lot of families out there who don't believe boys should play girls' sports.
They're not boys. I'm not going to listen to transphobia at this table. I am not going to listen to you call a trans girl a boy.
Are you going to allow me to finish my explanation?
When you use a word that's a slur, I'm going to interrupt. That's not how it is. They're not boys. They're not boys. They're not playing girls' softball. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that.
Let's reset for a second because, look, this is a really heated issue, right? And Sharmichael, I know you. I know that you understand that people have different views on this. I think out of respect for Jay, like, let's try to talk about this in a way that is respectful.
Okay, so let me rephrase this since I'm being targeted here.
I don't. You're not. Just to be clear, you are not being targeted.
I am, but it's okay.
I'm specifically saying that I know that you are not intending to be transphobic.
He should know that I'm not. But he wants to sit here and bloviate.
I'm saying you're using a phrase
I want to
that
give you an
know.
opportunity.
So the way regular people interpret it,
that's not
which is why
regular
those
people.
ads were
That's not regular people. There's no consensus that these are actually boys. This whole thing about trans girls is a canard. We're talking about a tiny, tiny sliver of the population.
That may be the
and
case,
we're using
but my point in terms of its effectiveness.
Just get to your point.
My point in terms of its effectiveness. Regular people with children look at these things and they say, you know what, this is a bit too far. I do not agree with this. I don't like this. I think Democrats are going way too much to the left on social issues. They're uncomfortable with it. A lot of people believe that. A lot of families believe that. You may disagree with that reality, but that's why Republicans kept running those ads over and over and over again, because they saw the metrics suggested that they were working.
In those ads over and over again and using rhetoric like you just used, saying this is boys playing girls sports. First of all, we're talking about 5 people in the entire country. We're talking about trans girls being allowed to play with the people who are in their gender.
So even after losing in a historic landslide to Donald Trump, a lot of which was based on this very issue, ads being run during football commercials where people are saying, I don't agree with any of this stuff, all right? They're still going to put up the fight. We're not going to have you using this gendered language, this transphobic slurs. Yeah, it's okay to call a boy, all right? Because that's exactly what we're dealing with, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. And the simple fact that these people are still fighting tooth and nail on something that, yes, your average, everyday, normal American doesn't agree with, it shows how far left they have gone and how woke they have become, okay? That is essentially it. And the whole panel erupting, breaking down, and even the moderator there saying, well, I know you didn't mean to say that horrible thing you just said. You're going to be very respectful to the trans community, right? Okay, you're targeting me? And I know that I'm under attack right now. You're not under attack. Okay. People don't agree with you. And Mr. Jay Mickelson there saying, oh, and all of that was based on a bunch of lies. Yeah, except for it's not, right? Kamala Harris was on video talking to the biggest trans man I've ever seen, saying, yeah, we're going to pay for all of these surgeries, whether you're a criminal, whether you're an illegal, it doesn't matter. The taxpayer is going to fund those operations. So all of this just goes to show why the Democrats don't understand why they lost the election, and of course, why everyone voted for Donald Trump in the first place. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.